Many new gardeners see soil as just dirt, a lifeless anchor for plants. But soil is a living ecosystem, teeming with billions of microorganisms. These tiny life forms, bacteria, fungi, and more, break down organic matter, turning compost and leaves into nutrients your plants need. Once you realize this, you stop feeding just the plants and start feeding the soil. This underground community, the soil food web, is the real engine of your garden. Fungi, for example, form networks that help plants access water and minerals, while plants feed fungi sugars in return. Tilling and digging disrupt these networks, harming soil life. That's why the no-dig method is so effective. It protects this vital underground world. The key to healthy soil? Feed it organic matter, like compost, once a year. No need to dig it in. Worms and microbes will do the work, improving soil structure and fertility naturally. Over time, this creates rich, crumbly soil that supports resilient, healthy plants. Plants grown in living soil are stronger, more nutritious, and better at resisting pests and disease. Unlike synthetic fertilizers, which can cause weak growth, living soil provides steady, balanced nutrition. By focusing on soil health, you prevent problems before they start and work with nature, not against it. The result? Healthier plants and bigger harvests, with less effort. Good soil structure is as important as soil life. Think of soil as a house for roots and microbes. It needs plenty of space for air and water. Crumbly soil with small aggregates allows roots to breathe and grow, while compacted soil suffocates them. To check for compaction, push a metal rod into the soil after rain. If it's hard to push, you likely have a hard pan. Don't dig. Just add compost mulch. Earthworms will break up compaction naturally, improving structure from the top down. Once your soil is thriving, you can boost plant resilience by saving seeds from your best performers. Commercial seeds are bred for uniformity, not your unique conditions. Saving seeds from plants that thrive in your garden means their offspring will be even better adapted. Over a few seasons, you'll develop varieties perfectly suited to your soil and climate. Save seeds from the earliest tomatoes or the most disease-resistant squash. This is how our ancestors created thousands of vegetable varieties, by selecting for resilience and flavor. By saving seeds, you're not just saving money, you're shaping the future of your food. It's a simple, powerful way to make your garden more productive and sustainable. You become an active participant in the evolution of your crops. That's true gardening success. The water you use matters. Tap water often contains chlorine, which can harm beneficial soil microbes. Rainwater is best. Collect it from your roof if you can. If you must use tap water, let it sit out for a day to let chlorine evaporate. Healthy soil needs air too. Good airflow around plants prevents fungal diseases. Space your plants so air can move freely and prune lower leaves on crops like tomatoes. Timing is everything. Water in the morning so plants have moisture for the day and leaves dry before nightfall. Wet leaves overnight invite disease. Inspect your garden in the morning or evening when problems are easiest to spot. Early detection lets you act before issues get out of hand. Deep, infrequent watering encourages strong roots, making plants more resilient. Avoid shallow, frequent watering, which keeps roots near the surface and vulnerable. Good timing and observation are your best tools for a healthy garden. With the right water, air, and timing, your plants will thrive. It's all about working with nature's rhythms. Think vertically to maximize your garden's potential. Vining crops like peas, beans, and cucumbers thrive when grown up trellises or supports, saving space and improving air circulation. Vertical growth keeps fruit off the ground, reducing rot and pest problems, and makes harvesting easier. Use simple supports, bamboo, netting, or wire grids, to train plants upward and layer crops below. Deep roots are just as important. Water deeply and less often to encourage roots to grow down, making plants more drought-resistant. No-dig soil structure helps roots penetrate deeply. For tomatoes, try deep planting. Bury part of the stem to encourage extra root growth. More roots mean stronger, healthier plants. Vertical growing and deep rooting lets you harvest more from the same space. It's efficient, resilient, and perfect for any garden size. Grow up, dig less, and let your plants reach their full potential. Natural amendments like eggshells and wood ash can boost your soil, but only if used wisely. Eggshells are rich in calcium, but they break down slowly. For faster results, bake and grind them into a fine powder before adding to compost. This makes calcium more available to plants over time. Wood ash provides potassium and trace minerals, but it's highly alkaline. Use it sparingly, only on acidic soils and never in large amounts. A light dusting once a year is enough. Too much can harm plants by raising pH too high. The safest way is to add small amounts of wood ash to your compost pile, where it's balanced by other materials. Always know your soil's pH before adding amendments. Used correctly, these natural boosters can improve fertility and plant health. It's about balance. More isn't always better. Feed your soil thoughtfully for the best results. Pests are part of the garden ecosystem, but you can keep them in check naturally. Companion planting is key. Grow herbs like basil near tomatoes to repel pests, or marigolds to deter soil nematodes. Use trap crops like nasturtiums to lure aphids away from your main crops, making them easier to control. Attract natural predators by planting flowers like calendula and buckwheat, and leave some wild areas for shelter. Birds, ladybirds, and ground beetles are your allies. Encourage them with water and habitat. Chickens or ducks can help clear pests before planting or after harvest. The goal isn't to eliminate every insect, but to create balance. A diverse, healthy garden manages pests with minimal intervention. Work with nature's food web and your crops will thrive. Organic pest management is about resilience, not eradication. A plant's future is shaped in its first weeks. Seedlings are vulnerable to fungal diseases like damping off, often caused by overwatering and poor airflow. Keep compost moist, but not soggy, and space seedlings for good air movement. Use natural antifungals. A diluted chamomile tea or a dusting of cinnamon can help prevent disease. Once seedlings are strong, close the loop. Cut plants at soil level at season's end, leaving roots to decompose and feed the soil. Compost all healthy plant material and kitchen scraps to return nutrients to the earth. True gardening success comes from observation and working with natural systems, not fancy tools or products. Feed the soil, respect its life, and build a balanced ecosystem. When you nurture the foundation, the garden takes care of itself. Pests are managed by predators, fertility by soil life, and plants thrive. This is the secret: nurture nature, and nature will reward you. Start strong, work with the soil, and enjoy a bountiful harvest.